All right. We are streaming and recording.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, Internet.
Oh, and nobody's on yet, but
Well,
That's fine. We are recording because
we are recording.
Well,
True, we are recording.
well,
See
wait.
the replay.
I have the image of somebody bowling up on the stream right now. Remember, you get the ads.
Oh, of course.
Plus, the NSA is listening, so.
Well, yeah. So, I guess we
They
should.
always
Hi,
are.
FBI. Hi, NSA. Whatever.
Nader for president.
All right. So
Nader.
let's get this started then. Welcome everybody. I'd like to take a moment and let everybody give a quick explanation, kind of about their character, what their tell us a little bit about their character. So starting at the top, Jordan, if you would.
Oh, sure. Until I die or we complete the campaign, I will be playing Valbrand. He is a half-elf paladin warlock. His paladin side is in service to the Triad, mostly with a heavy-handed side of Tyr. And his warlock powers come from his grandfather. Not necessarily evil, but definitely on the chaotic neutral side of things. Chaotic neutral with a side of chaotic good. And he has got a pact with his grandfather.
All right. The next in the group, and I'm just going from the top to the bottom of the stream. Mark.
Well, so I'm playing Divus, a deep gnome evocation wizard. Let's see, he's been on the surface world for, I guess, maybe about a year or so now, so he's still pretty new to it, and he's trying to build up strength so that he can go and wreak bloody revenge upon the Drow.
Excellent. So, the next member of our party, Tom.
Hi guys, I will be playing Adelbrecht. Still not 100% sure on the pronunciation, but I think it's Adelbrecht.
That's all right.
He's
Neither am I 100% sure on it. So if you
Just
don't
as
know
long
for
as we
certain-
don't call you Adele, right?
Adele,
no.
yeah.
I
Don't
figured
know
we just
what
call him Brecht, which sounds badass.
Brecht
Sorry.
does sound bad.
Get
awesome.
Brecht.
Get Brecht. Get
Yeah.
Brecht.
You should have saved that one for our
Oh
first
my
combat.
God.
Why didn't you save that one?
I said it. This stuff just rolls out of my mouth. It just.
It's on autopilot yet again, Tom. Just keep going.
Keep
You're
going.
fine.
Keep going.
Beautiful.
He is a fighter and human fighter. As in a nutshell, he pays for swing, or he gets paid by the swing.
Oh.
Paid by this. No, so he's formerly was kind of in service to Bahamut at one of his temples. He was being a temple guard there, and the temple got destroyed by a red dragon, and he fled. And in his early, 17, 18, when this happened, and ever since then, he's been kind of wandering the world using the skills that he learned to make his way, do what he can to try and do right by what he learned growing up, but also, put a roof over his head and food in his belly. So he tries to take jobs that align with Bahamut's teachings, but sometimes, he'll do what he has to put a meal in front of him at night. Yeah, he hasn't gone back to his faith. He's kind of got some questions about it, just about everything. He doesn't know how to reconcile all that, so he's just kind of, wandering fighter man.
Excellent.
Was he? Let's see. You were a human, I think. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And Valbrand also a human.
Half elf.
Half elf. No.
Valbrand.
Okay.
Valbrand is our half-elf paladin warlock. I don't know if we mentioned it.
Yeah.
Divus is our
Oh.
fighter wizard,
Yeah.
and Aldebrecht is our human fighter Bahamut. And the next one in the group, Ray.
Good evening. Yes. So I am Exeter of None, because you couldn't find this place that I come from on any map that you might have. Light-hearted, don't tie me down individual who nonetheless takes his quest for knowledge seriously, if not reverently. Personal relationships, when conflicting with his wanderlust, will wind out, but only for a time. I'm just here to seek out knowledge, pay at least some lip service to my patron deity of Ogma, and have a lot of fun along the way.
And I like kittens and puppies.
I
Exeter
don't.
is
They make good for eating. You're right.
Exeter is our Lightfoot halfling bard, and then last but not least, Marshall.
Hello, I am Marshall. I will be playing Thuruk Mir, the half-orc cleric of Ilmater. He comes from Luskin. He was a thug, an enforcer, a murderer, and he was subjected to, well, let's just say he robbed the wrong house one night, and was subjected to 3 years of incredibly brutal torture by a traitor from Thay. Um, a chance offered him an
Oh,
escape, and he managed to escape and was delirious and mad from pain and torture, and he was taken in by clerics of Ilmater. And over the course of several years, several decades, he mended his body and his spirit, and eventually became the head of that church, and seeks basically to, now that he's older, he's in his 50s, now he wants to kind of give back. He wants to find a way to forgive himself for his past deeds the way he knows Ilmater has forgiven him. So he sets out to alleviate the suffering of others.
so just when you were saying that just now, I had already read your background, but it just clicked into my mind. Oh, that thing. Thus the
Yeah.
torturing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Thay.
That one of yeah, and this will be the first time that I've had half orc being a cleric, so I'm looking forward to it. I am Jordy. I will be DMing for this game. We are playing in Forgotten Realms. We will be playing through the module Tomb of Annihilation, and this is my first time trying to stream one of these, so we'll see how it goes.
I
Hopefully, it'll
actually think
improve with
it's
time.
all of our first time streaming, isn't it? I mean, I've streamed Dragon Ball,
I
but I don't know if that counts.
think it is. I think
Dragon
it
Ball
is.
doesn't count. I did a couple of weird little things with my anyway, trying to do a generation gap type program, but
Yeah.
that's been the extent of mine.
For those who are watching, we have a player's view. I know a lot of streams use a DM's view, but we have a player's view, Jordan's fantasy ground view, which is going to show the map, what the players are seeing, and everything. So, with that, let's get this show on the road. Okay.
I know that town.
I know this city.
It is a warm spring morning in Baldur's Gate when you lay Revis of Greywood to rest. Death came quickly to the half-elf. One day, your friend simply began to waste away. No cleric or paladin could stop the death curse from taking your cohort, just as the healers of Faerun couldn't stop the dreaded affliction from taking any of the others who had died in the past. You've seen people gone before their time these last 10 days, but this one hurts the most. You stand before a small crowd gathered at a shrine in Baldur's Gate. The cleric asked each of you to give an eulogy by sharing a memory of your friendship. The time for you to address the crowd is now, as the cleric turns to Valbrand and says, Valbrand, do you have anything you would share of Revis?
So before I go on with this, Jordy, do I have? Am I in my? I'm assuming I'm not in my like chainmail armor in this. Do I have? I do. Yeah, let's just say I do, and I'm carrying a little brown parcel, right?
Okay.
So Valbrand approaches, up to the crowd and kind of goes, Revis was always there when my father needed him, and he's always been there for me when I was down south. Uh, and for that, I drink to him, and I pull out of this little brown satchel I have. I pull out a custom made glass bottle. My adopted father brews has taken to brewing in his old age, and I take a drink out of it and then pour the rest on the ground in respect for our friend.
There's the picture of Revis. Thank you. Turns to the unknown. Divus, Do you have anything you would say of your fallen friend?
Hmm. Revis was the first surfacer in my experience to offer me a hand up without having their hand out. We won't see his like today again. And nothing more to say on that right now.
Very well put. Short and to the point. Exeter?
Exeter finds at least some kind of high spot somewhere nearby so that others can see him, and proceeds thusly. Revis and I were kindred spirits. We sought and delved into places unknown, looking for knowledge long forgotten. Each of us seemed to want to top the other as trying to be reckless whenever we are encountering dangers. We were constantly on the move, constantly looking for the next source of information and knowledge. I will miss him. Unfortunately, he also leaves me owing him a debt, and I will carry that from now on, and my adventuring from this point will be in memory and service, at least in part, to him.
Thank you for that. The cleric turns to the tall, stout half orc. Thurkmir, is there anything you would like to say?
Kind of clears his throat. I did not know of his more scholarly dealings, but what I knew of Revis was that he gave of himself to help other people. He was quick to laugh around a warm fire with good food and good company. And when the chips were down, he never gave up on his principles. And to me, there is little better to recommend a man to the heavens than that. I find it jarring and galling that I could not save him from this affliction. It goes against everything that I've been taught in the last 20, 30 years, and I will carry it with me forever. I hope he rests in peace wherever he goes.
The cleric looks down for a moment, looks up, says, "Yes, all of us have had trouble being with our inability to cure this affliction that has been plaguing those in the past." And then he turns away for a moment, then turns back to the group and says, "Please, please, everyone, take your moments to say your goodbyes."
What did we just skip Tom?
Oh, did we skip Tom?
Yeah, we skipped Tom.
It's okay.
I was going
No,
to say something.
it's fine.
It's
Fine.
because okay. Oh, I apologize. It's because I mixed Ray and Tom
I,
up.
I don't
I
have to
knew I
speak.
was
It's
going to
fine.
do that.
It's
I
fine.
knew I
You
I
was
don't
look
need
going
to
to do
speak.
exactly the
that.
same.
The cleric turns back and says, "Oh, there is one we did forget. Alderbert. I think I am saying that correct, right?
Yeah, it is close enough. It's
Adel-
Adelbrecht.
Please, Aldelbrecht. Okay, would you
Adelbrecht.
please take a moment to share something of your friend?"
Well, I had hoped to maybe get by not having to speak in front of a crowd, but since here I am and here you are, such as it is, I could always count on Revis for providing excitement when he would turn up. Most people, when they want to hire me for a job, they are looking for somebody to hurt somebody, protect somebody, or find something, but Revis, he would show up randomly and always have some excitement in store for us. Some adventure, some pursuit that probably was a little too close to death for my liking, but at the end of the day, I would cherish those memories that he gave, and I hope his spirit gives us much more excitement on the years to come.
The cleric nods, bows his head for a moment. Um, Individuals approach the shrine, lay their offerings. As the mourn, After a little bit, the mourners start to trickle out. They begin to head home after saying their goodbyes to your friend. Two people who stood on the back of the crowd approach your gathered group. One is a female Sun Elf. Older, but still spry, dressed in the noble finery of a northerner. The other, more mysterious, draped in a heavy black cloak wearing a silver mask. The Sun Elf speaks. Beautiful ceremony. It's clear your friend meant a lot to you. Before she can continue, though, the cloaked figure cuts in with a dry, raspy voice, one that reminds you of the way your friend spoke as death approached. There is a chance the deceased soul and countless others can be saved. If you are to act quickly, we might even be able to bring them back to life. And you can save those still living with this curse as well.
I presume that means you as well, my masked friend.
It does.
I'm a bit sorry. Do we know you?
No, but I know of your friend. The Sun Elf puts her hand on the other's shoulder and interrupts. No, we do not know you, but we know of your friend, and we know of what took your friend. As they're calling it, the death curse. And as you're probably very much aware, something that no one has been able to cure as of yet. It seems to be something that afflicts those who have been restored to life in the past. They start to waste away and then they die. Also, um, as of yet, we haven't found anyone who has been brought back that has been spared from the death curse. In addition, we've been unlabeled as, and she um, gestures over to Thruk. As you may have heard from your temple, we have been unable to raise those who have fallen as well.
And this
Um,
affects all of the clerics of all of the gods?
this affect this yes. No one seems able to raise
Remarkable.
the dead,
It
and those who have died and been raised are slowly falling to this.
is it
And
is it the
how did
magic
you?
leaving the gods, or is it an affliction, a curse on the people?
We don't believe it has anything to do with the gods or that it truly is a curse. The death curse is what it's been called, but a group that I lead, we believe this death curse is similar to the magic a lich uses to feed souls to their phylactery. We believe a lich would be able to trace the source of this death curse.
Hmm.
Do
Hmm.
you know of a lich somewhere nearby that you would have us talk with?
Sort of. We do know of a lich, yes. Um,
One does not
so,
simply walk up to a lich and ask for its aid.
no,
Or
this is
ask it
true.
for
One
tea.
does not simply go up and ask a lich, will you help us?
A
So,
lich is already a powerful foe, but one that could work magic on this scale would be nothing to trifle with, even for a
well,
legion of.
we don't believe the lich is the one who did this, but we believe the lich may have knowledge of what may be causing this. And that knowledge is what we require. We actually do know of a lich. We have a truce with a lich that lives in the Cloakwood. And you all should have got a map that just barely popped up showing Baldur's Gate and the Cloakwood. Now, I don't believe your company is a match for a lich, and I'm not planning to send you to your death, so don't worry about that. My team is planning on raiding the lair of this lich. This lich is named Zaldara cordless, known as the Duchess of Rot, and we've had kind of an accord for a period of time where she does not stray beyond the Cloakwood, and we do not engage her in combat or raid her tower or any of the things that adventurers are prone to do. But we do need knowledge. And as you said, a lich does not easily give up their secrets. So my plan is to lead a team to raid the lair of Zodara. And while we are attacking her tower in Cloakwood for a small group to slip unnoticed into the cellars behind her tower, below her tower, and recover her phylactery.
Are you
Why
not
us?
concerned about the repercussions from this? As you've already said, a lich is not one to be trifled with.
The problem is we must act upon what is happening. If we do not, many will die and many will have their lives cut short.
The Lich
So
already feeds upon the souls of the living.
they do.
I have no qualms with breaking an oath against such a creature, especially one that torments the living.
I'm a little concerned about this plan of there is a lich, and we won't confront this lich, but we are going to pick a fight with a different lich.
It
It
doesn't
seems
sound
a
like a
bit
good
odd
plan.
to be put
But
between
I
two
don't
evil
think
liches.
that's what she's
what
getting
you
at.
mean
No.
there? So I'm not sure what you mean. I don't know that there. I don't know of any other lich than Zaldara, but we believe Zaldara, if anybody, is going to have knowledge onto where this curse comes from.
Liches oft live to be over hundreds and hundreds of years old, especially the more powerful ones. It would be unheard of if an elderly creature like that did not keep stores of knowledge close by, especially around their
Did you say knowledge?
So
I see a glint in your eye, my friend.
your plan,
Perhaps, you know.
your plan is you are going to confront this lich and keep it busy, and you want us, just friends of Revis that you've never met before, to sneak into the cellar and recover where you think his phylactery is.
Her
Um,
phylactery, but Revis did speak highly of you as individuals. But yes,
so I'm suspicious, particularly of the elf, and their plan hinges on us, or their plan hinges on them actually distracting this lich. So I'd like to do a insight check to see if I think that they mean to fulfill their end of the bargain.
go ahead.
Do you mind if I shoot one out as well?
Yeah,
Sure,
throw us all in that ringer.
go right ahead.
Oh, make sure you drag it into that dice tower there, Ray.
Did
Oh,
anybody
sorry.
did anybody else have weird troubles with the world map or the Faerun?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it was just small when I brought it up, so I had
Yeah.
to expand it.
Yeah, I had to maximize it because I couldn't
It's.
expand it.
I'm still not seeing it actually on mine. I just have the Baldur's Gate map at the moment.
It
So
might be in the background. Move some windows around, and you might find it.
It's like the size of a postage stamp.
But it's basically, it's just Baldur's Gate, and there's Cloakwood to the left or west, Wood of Sharp Teeth to the east.
Oh, I see it.
Oh,
And
the cloak! Wow, the Lich lives right next to Baldur's Gate. Wow.
Well, apparently they've been letting this happen, which that's interesting. But
they have an accord. It's
yeah.
sometimes
This is horse business.
okay. So
oh, nuts. I just
Divas,
realized
Valbrand,
that.
Exeter, you feel that she is telling the truth.
Okay.
Thurrock, you're not sure. You keep getting distracted by a cloud, it seems.
Got my
I
thumb up to the second knuckle in my nose. Why is a cloud?
I say, your plan is sound, if dangerous, and I cannot turn down the opportunity to loot a lich's lair. It must be filled with all sort of magical artifacts. Tell me, if we find items, will we be able to keep them, or will we have to bring them back to you?
You may keep whatever you find.
Generous.
The
Then,
flat
speaking for myself, I'm in.
Yeah,
all we
might
need
as
is
well.
factory for leverage. How about the rest of you?
Just so
A
long as
moment,
I get to
friends.
keep the tomes.
A moment, friends. If we steal this phylactery, we don't know what magics have been worked upon it. So there's a chance that we could be marked by this lich by laying hands upon it. Are you prepared for the risk?
Risk is only counted by the week. Let's go.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in as well.
I like you, gnome. Wait, you're not a gnome, are you? Yeah, no, that's Mark. Mark's the gnome.
And
What are you?
unfortunately,
You can like me too.
You're about to get a
now
crossbow.
feels a little poke from a crossbow point.
Well,
saying,
no, I'm like
sorry.
I would know you by sight. He's the gnome. What are you? You're a halfling or
Halfling. Yes,
halfling? I like you, halfling.
Very well. Then let me explain part of the what the plan is. And she turns over a fold in her cloth which shows a silver pin with the image of a harp on it.
Would any of us know what this? I mean, I know what it is, but would my character know what this is?
Uh,
Knowledge check?
Go ahead and give me a knowledge check. Anyone that
What
would
Knowledge
what
check.
kind of knowledge?
Pretty sure Divas would have no idea.
religion would
Religion.
work.
I've
History
got
would
that.
work. I'll take history. I'll take knowledge of religion.
I don't think it matters. Go -1 intellect.
If it's a heart, I think it. I know what it is, but I don't know much about Forgotten Realms gods, but
I don't know, but my character is going to see if he knows.
Would Arcana work for this?
I would allow an Arcana because it is
Okay.
the order this item is associated with is known through the magic circles as well.
Okay. There you go.
It just started raining and thundering outside.
Oh, it hasn't hit your here yet. Probably will in
we
a
had some
minute.
thunder earlier too.
So
As we're about ready to start on this quest, you telling us this. This is not a good sign.
It's for a dark and stormy night.
Very
Alderberg is the only one who's not really sure about this. It's a Harper pin, and
I
oh,
was wrong.
why wouldn't I? I
Oh,
should
when you
know
said
that.
harp, I thought you said heart, like
Harper.
heart. And
Yeah,
so I
Harp.
thought it was
Oh,
double of
well,
Harp.
as a bard, shouldn't I know that?
Have we ever seen such accoutrements around Revis?
You have not.
Hmm.
So those who, just so you know, Harpers are a loose organization of mages, scholars, rogues, and warriors who
Mhm.
make it their mission to remove corrupt individuals from power and keep the people of Faerun safe and free. Um,
like
so
them already.
she says, our
Yeah.
wizards have used multiple scrying spells and divination to determine that Zeldra's phylactery is her spell book. It's a tome bound in humanoid skin,
Ugh.
which she
Ew.
keeps locked in a
Lovely.
vault in her basement. The plan is 3 days from now, I will lead a main force of Harpers to attack the ground and upper floors of her tower to distract and weaken her. I would like your group, when you're ready, to meet up with Kalbarax, who is who pilots a small schooner called the Diviner, and you will sail from Baldur's Gate down to her tower to the cliff face behind the Cloakwood. Zaldara's tower sits overlooking the sea. We have learned of a secret passage into the undercroft of her tower. And while we keep the Lich busy we need you to enter um, her basement and recover the phylactery. As soon as you get it recovered, return to Calbrex on the Diviner, and he will teleport you to us.
May I ask a question?
Yes,
What are your plans with the phylactery? Do you plan to press information out of this lich
we
or
will
destroy
use
her?
we will use the phylactery to press Zaldara for information.
And then what?
When you finish pressing her for information, you will destroy her, yes?
Part of our agreement may have to be with her that her phylactery is returned for information, and we are honor bound to maintain any agreements that we're
You
going
are
to
honor bound not to attack her tower, and yet here we are.
we had we had a truce.
Uh,
We had a truce. There's a difference. In this case, if I agree to return her phylactery for the knowledge we need to stop this curse, we will do such.
I will go with it for now, but letting such a creature loose in this world does not sit right with me.
I like how you have your
Well-
values and they're important to you, but when push comes to shove, everything is conditional and may be up for negotiation.
It's the greater good. We must, especially if Revis's soul will suffer, and the souls of countless others, we must act with the swiftest
It
speed.
is rational to make a deal when you can, and there's a difference between a truce and a treaty. I agree. She's not going to give us the information she needs or we need. When if she knows that she's going to be destroyed right after.
So we get in there, we get the book, they get their leverage, and then maybe at a later date we come back and burn the book someday.
Perhaps. Regardless,
Now,
Let sleeping dogs lie, I say.
Also, I am going to. So I
I like
am
you less now.
offering your group first up front for undertaking this a potion of healing for each of you, and upon completion, 500 gold pieces to your party.
We could retire.
The king's sum.
Well,
now,
This
forgive
is
me. The
this is
surface
travel,
languages are still
knowledge,
difficult
income.
for me. Did you say that you had a way to get us into this basement, this undercroft?
yes.
How is that going to work while you are attacking the tower?
We're going to be sailing with what's his name, and then we'll attack from the sea.
So Calbrex will sell you on the diviner to the cliff face, what which is below her tower, and we have learned of a secret passage
Ah,
into the undercroft.
so we
Where-
should
Just
prepare
said
for a
this.
climb.
You will be okay without. It is down at lower level. It is something that she has used in the past for supplies from ships and a way of getting stuff into her tower easily.
Excellent. I understand now. Thank you.
Hey, Jordy, can we either after the game or something? Can we get the spellings? I see some of them in the I see Syndra and well Revis we all created together, but Syndra and Remelia. Could we get the other folks
Yes,
as well, just so that I can get the notes updated correctly?
of course.
Adelbrecht's
Thank you.
name is misspelled.
What was that?
I said, oh, I was just noticing that Adelbrecht's name is misspelled. It's Adelberg.
I saw that earlier. I was not going to say anything. That's still Brecht.
I
That's
think
still
it is supposed to be Adelbert.
I don't know. I thought Brecht was cool. That's just me.
All right, so back in character here. So, my lady, would you mind, given that we have this plan and everything seems to be relatively well explained, do tell us, how did you know Revis? How did he come to know you?
We have employed his services in the past for knowledge of locations, of histories, of some of the sites that he would explore.
Hey,
Excellent.
As he's a very knowledgeable individual, I became friends with him, and I was saddened to see his passing.
hey, really fast that we're getting some feedback from the chat. Jordy, you're actually apparently really quiet compared to the rest of us. If you have a way to turn your mic up.
Oh, am I?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could. Maybe if I would to speak louder
Well,
is
that
what
would
direct.
work. Discord or Windows, you could just turn it up as well.
All right.
I don't think it needs much.
Okay. Let me bring up my volume mixer
Okay.
and see if this helps.
So while we're waiting on him for that, what do you guys think of this plan?
Hi, Wade. Um, I have a question for the four of you. If we are going to be assaulting the lair of a lich, we will need to know each other's capabilities. I myself know a great many magics that can heal warriors and keep them on their feet. I've dedicated my life to the service of others in healing and respite.
I actually assumed we knew that. Shame on me.
So out of
um,
character, let's just assume that maybe the rest of us know each other, but Thurek is
is
a
new.
little new to the group.
I can do
Well,
that.
excellent. I can heal some wounds, but not compared to a true priest of Ilmater.
It'd be my honor to do so. Alleviating the suffering is one of his greatest tenets.
Me, I'm pretty good with a crossbow and learning magic. Still pretty new at that, though.
If I
I
know,
sneak, I
Oh,
find, I shoot. I do it all.
I hope you'll be up to the task of handling these traps. I don't think this lich is going to just have left the back door open.
That
There's a
seems
funny
highly
tale to
unlikely.
that. Allow me to go ahead and regale you with it later.
what was Tom gonna say?
I said that's highly unlikely that they've left no traps in the building.
All right. Let's see if this is any better. I have the volume up as high as it's going to go. So
It sounds better to me. Like a little
okay.
bit, but it does sound better.
Well, you're
All
the
right.
one that's streaming, so I would assume that it's
Yeah.
probably coming off of your side.
I'll get. Well, I hear you guys on the stream app, but I'm watching the stream chat, and
Right.
that's where I got it.
We'll
So
let you continue to watch the feedback
Right.
on that. Okay. So back into this. Um, in the party sheet, and I assume everybody knows where that is, I have added 5 potions of healing. Please grab one for each of your character. When you are
Oh,
welcome to
I think I was
pair
about to grab
in
all of
any
them.
way that you would like or need to, and then when you're ready, meet the diviner, the ship
Well, so what
in
time
the
of day
harbor.
is it?
It is morning.
It is morning. Okay. Are we considering doing this today then?
The attack is
3 days
planned
from now.
for 3 days hence,
Perhaps.
and
Okay.
it's going to take you 3 days to sail to the location.
So back in character. Well, my lady, since we seem to have some time between now and the time we leave, would you like to go with me to the yonder ale or inn and
Oh,
have some
dear.
ale?
wow.
You randy little twerp.
Bad
I
news,
like you
Revis
more
is
and
dead.
more.
Good news, now she's available.
I didn't say that they were that close, but hey,
My friends,
Rebus was my
what are we
like a
beyond?
brother to me.
After all, you cannot strike the target if you never take a swing.
At this moment,
I'm going to the boat.
humbly decline. I have a. You'll forgive me. I have an assault on a lich's tower to plan and prepare and supply. But perhaps after.
Well,
I will hold you to that, my lady.
I won't lie,
With
Exeter.
both
Sounds
hands.
like she needed a little bit of a break.
Divas shakes his head and he says, so surface geography isn't my strong suit. Anybody know how many days travel it is to get to this Cloakwood?
So
Less than 3.
mentioned it was a 3
What do
day
you
by
want?
ship.
Ah,
So and if they're planning the assault for 3 days, we should
Can you go
probably
inside?
go now.
Prepare. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have time to pick up things if you need, shops and the type of stuff. The diviner has been supplied with food and water for your journey.
Okay.
So just as soon as you are ready.
Well, let's head out. I mean, unless anybody has anything to do.
Mm,
Is there anything
Nope.
that we would like to have while going through dark tunnels?
Oh yeah,
Like a light, for instance?
a light.
Creatures need
Just
light to
thinking.
see.
what is this light you're talking about?
Oh
like-
well, the human
We
might.
halflings have been grown on land, or raised on land. We need to have it to see in the dark. And
I have 10 torches and a tinderbox.
excellent.
Oddly enough, I have torches, but I don't need them. Maybe to
I don't-
start fires.
I didn't buy torches specifically because I didn't need them, and I don't know the light cantrip, so
I didn't buy
don't-
torches because
Oh, does
You forgot, like me.
hey? Did any of you know how to cast the spell light? Because I
I just
don't.
said I didn't learn it.
I can't cast
I
cantrips.
have.
Oh, that's not
let's
true.
see if I can. Let's see if I can do.
I need 2 seconds. Apparently, Timmy is stuck down a well. Hold on.
I mean, I can cause flames to brighten, so, but I can't light them.
Well, let us away.
Magical light will be a lot more convenient. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not for us this time around.
I've not put to sea in a long time.
I've got a
I'll feel
candle,
the
so I
freshening
guess that's all I
breeze on
need.
my face.
We'll just wait for Tom to return. We need some happy music to play while we wait.
Have you ever heard the one about the chorus girls? Oh, never mind. Adelbrecht's back.
PG, PG. Keep the chat PG.
Actually, my half-orcish friend, how would you? Which version of that joke are you referring to? Because there are at least 5.
The aristocrats. Anyway,
Tom's back.
Can we get on the boat now?
Okay,
let's
so
jocular
Wait. You want to be trapped on a wooden vessel with no way out with me talking like this? That's your choice. Moving on.
Tom looks like he's considering his life decisions up to this point.
boat or death?
Shall we?
Let's
so
let's go.
all right. It's not too difficult to find the diviner in the harbor. The captain of this fair boat is very happy to see you. Obviously, your descriptions have been given to her. She
Horrible.
says,
Oh ho ho ho! I have 3 days with this beauty.
Oh my god.
obviously, the DM did not think through this plan, but
You
okay, it is
lecherous
what it
cur.
is. Calbrix sees your group and waves you on board. Hurry! We're in a rush.
No, we're in Baldur's Gate.
Okay, Dad,
Davis
calm
eyes
down.
the
Give you
boat
a
suspiciously.
bemused look.
I'll get on the boat.
I'll get on the
Uh,
boat.
the-
I will step up to the captain, bow dramatically, kiss her hand, and then proceed onto the boat.
Milady, oh my gosh.
Oh,
Hi,
I'm
hi,
sorry,
you're a charmer.
Jordy. Can we assume we went back to our inn and grabbed, our adventuring gear since we're
I
coming to
would
this from a funeral?
So I would assume so.
I would
since we
assume
have
so
time
too.
You don't
uh,
take your pack to a.
No, I
funeral?
did not wear my chainmail and bring my longsword to a funeral.
So the diviner is a smaller schooner. There is bunks below deck. It's a sailing ship. It's actually pretty well managed by Calbrex, but she's happy for your help. It is going to be a 3-day journey. The food that is supplied is basically hardtack, dried nuts, berries, all the water, and there is some ale. I mean, I would be careful. You could go through it the first night, so it's not like there's enough ale to keep you busy forever, but there is some ale.
Exeter?
So
That sounds like a challenge.
I believe that there. Yes. How much can we go ahead and take here? And this. Well, by the way, I also call top bunk. So
Not if you've been drinking.
I
As
still
much as
call
would
top
enjoy
rank.
carousing, as it were, I would prefer to keep my head clear even a few days up to the battle.
Whichever bunk is yours, I am not
Oh.
sleeping under it.
Good call, my friend.
So
I will go and take my loot, and on the evenings regale the wonderful crew and keep their spirits up by playing. As certainly they know, I'm sure, where we're headed, and I assume there's some trepidation.
I think we are the crew.
Are
So
we the only crew?
the captain is actually able to manage this small sailing ship by herself with minimal help from your crew.
Oh,
So are we talking like a
Well.
schooner?
well, I did say the crew,
Very
which if I'm singing to
small.
just her, that's fine
A
too.
dinghy?
Not
A
really a dinghy.
junk?
Are we really going to get hung up on boat classifications?
No, let's
today?
keep going. Keep going.
so
Maybe.
It may have some magical
A
enchantments
clipper?
that have been added to this ship. Not quite as fast as a clipper. So, that was my next question. Over the course of the 3 days, it sounds like our bard,
Oh,
Dexter, is going to practice his melodies. What does everybody else want to do to pass the 3 days?
well, and just to clarify, also help her in any way that she feels, need.
Heavy lifting into the bed, if you take my meaning. The hammock's big enough for two halfling.
TV 14, TV 14.
I'm going to be just making merry with my new friends, trying to get to know everybody. Getting them to open up if I can.
I'm going to see what I can do to help out around the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm afraid my answer's just as boring.
Help her out around the boat.
Help around
Pass
the
the
road.
time.
Yep. Maybe try my hand at singing with as Exeter plays.
And
Blue moon.
the one thing I will say, in addition to that, since I do like knowledge, and I like talking quite a bit as evidence, is I would go around to the party members and ask if anyone happens to know anything interesting about liches and how they might in their phylacteries, and see if we have any information amongst us that might be helpful or useful.
I'm Jordy. I'm assuming that at 4th level and with mostly religious backgrounds, we know the basics of how a phylactery works.
Yeah, 3rd level. Basically, you know that phylactery is lich stores their soul in it. That's about all you've really heard. They imbue different items. Some might use a bracelet. Some might use an urn. Some might use a statue. In this case, it sounds like this Zaldara used her
spell
spell
book.
book.
Would we have any knowledge of how typically a lich would go about protecting their phylactery, as far as
Trap,
placing enchantments, things of that nature?
monsters, enchantments, fire, the standard stuff.
I'm not sure that a fire and a tome would go together necessarily in this particular case, but yes, I understood the other.
It's usually the tome is safe in the middle and the fire is around the outside.
Burn
Or it's
the
magically
books.
warded.
Generally, they
Hanging
go
back on the party with our eyes
generally
closed.
they go to extent to protect their tome, but a lot of times they will also keep it kind of hidden or discreet because nothing says go here, get this to a group of adventurers than a heavily fortified location with a lot of shinies.
Also, if it's flammable, they don't make it into a book.
This is exactly.
Okay, so you help out around on the ship. You drink all of the alcoholic beverages that are seen on the ship.
Wait. The most important point. Did the captain join in that drinking?
Exeter, please
Yes.
give me a performance check.
Oh!
What kind of performance?
Stop.
Sorry.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Performance. Aha. Let's see.
What do? Do you sing, play the harp?
Oh, daggum it. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. I play the lute in this particular case.
Good choice.
Oh,
that's
loot,
basically
like
shredding.
loot instrument.
No, he plays his coins.
I'm like, why does he keep saying he's taking the loot or playing the loot? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
Hello,
Performance.
Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna rock you.
L-U-T-E. Okay, so yes, extensive singing in some of the evenings. You do. There are some dancing, joyful dancing from different individuals in the evenings under the stars. Nothing beyond
Overly that,
normal.
but good rousing fun.
Good rousing.
I'm on
Rope
board
would
with
totally
that.
It
dance.
is okay. So it is the evening on the third day of your boat ride that the winds seem to blow a little colder. The evergreen treetops of Cloakwood rustle endlessly. Calbrax steers the boat alongside rocky shores. See that? She says to you, pointing to a monolithic black tower appearing just above the dark forests.
Well, the giant evil thing.
The mage says ominously. We're close. Minutes later, the wind howls a lonely note as Calbrax brings the diviner as close as she can to the shore. A small cliff, about 15 feet high, rises up from the rocks. Atop the cliff, you see dense trees and Zaldara's lair poking above. The mage hops into the knee-deep water, motioning for you to grab your equipment and follow. The ocean is cold as death. Calbrax walks onto the small shore and touches the cliff wall, muttering an arcane incantation. As she does, the wall parts just a bit, revealing a stone stair going up into the darkness. Suddenly, a bleat breaks the night that fills your heart with adrenaline and dread. That's Remilia's horn. Good luck, and be quick.
I'm sorry, I did not hear that. That's what?
Remilia's horn.
Remilia's horn. Okay.
The half elf.
Yes. No. Yeah, I just didn't hear that.
Haven tree.
Yep.
So that was Remilia's horn. Good luck, and be quick.
All right, so straight talk, out of character. Who does not have dark vision?
That would be me.
Okay, and Tom, right?
Yeah.
He's raising his hand. Yeah.
Sorry, I can see either the for Fantasy Grounds or the camera. So usually I'm actually on the camera view, but I was on the Fantasy Ground view. Okay, so we absolutely do need a torch. Uh, who fights with a one-handed weapon?
Rook does.
Let me backpedal here.
Not me.
Who fights
Also.
with a one-handed weapon that can also hold a torch?
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Not I. I've got the staff and the crossbow.
Well, I guess I'm putting away my shield.
I was gonna say, I need a volunteer then. All right, I will light a torch and hand it over to Rook and say, unless Albrecht wants to go first, I'll take point.
Do you really want to take point?
Well, I mean, for now, while we're in the cave, maybe. Here's
You
my
can go
thought.
ahead and.
Fair enough.
I always like having as many bodies between me and the danger as I possibly.
I'll want you
Very
to spot.
pragmatic of you.
I will want you to spot for traps when we get into the worked stone. I'm sure, but on our way up, just in case. Plus,
You go on ahead and take points. I can guard you and from a few steps behind you.
okay.
I'll bring up the middle with the torch.
All right, Jordy, I'll go ahead and step into the cave. Let me know if you need me to stop. Boop.
So many maps.
So this
I thought-
narrow passage. This passage is narrow. There is the stone has been worked into loose steps that raise up. This passage moves up about 5 or so feet.
Back up, Divas. I'm in the middle.
Yeah, don't crowd the orc.
Alright. What do I see in here?
Let me give you a little bit of an explanation. Drip, drip, drip. That hollow sound pierces the silence in this cave as water slowly falls from the stalactites. Stale air fills your lungs as you take in the cave. A large, unworked stone column holds up the ceiling. Stout stairs leading up hung, hug the column's one side, while a 5 foot high ledge that leads into the darkness appears on the other. Further back, a second set of stairs. Here, let me do this. Further back, a second set of stairs leads up to a stone door carved with a skull. Here, and I'm just going to increase what the party sees.
So, quick question while I'm thinking
Yes.
about it. Sorry, out of character, but I see that the maps section, if we close something, the maps section has like everything in
So
it.
go
Is
to
there?
the new. So click the drop down list. Go to
New.
new.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I needed. Thank you.
You're glad to help. All right, guys. I relay what I see back to the party. I say, I see 2 sets of stairs, and I see a ledge that we could possibly go up. I'm not quite certain, so I'd like, unless somebody has a better idea, I'll go inspect the ledge, and let's have Exeter inspect the stairs for traps. Thurek, you have some. You told us your backstory, right, Marsh? Okay, Thurek, you have some background with that kind of stuff. Perhaps you could assist him.
I could do my best, but that was a long time ago.
Okay. Albrecht, stay close with them. Uh, Divas, you stay close with me just in case something happens.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay,
It's nice to have solid rock under my feet again.
I'll move up to there. I'm assuming that's where the platform was, George. Oh no, it's up this way. I see it now. I'll move up to
Correct.
here. Is that right?
Yes. So
Okay.
let me stop you.
Okay.
Let me stop you as you guys are moving up, and I'm actually tokens back just a tiny bit
Hey,
right there.
really quick, when I move my token, there's like a gray square around my guy. What is that gray square?
The green square.
Gray.
Oh, I see green.
Like when you highlight it.
Yeah, like I
So
click my guy and there's like a gray square around it.
yeah,
That's
there.
go
That's
ahead,
what
George.
you can touch. I see like little squares all around your squares, is what I see.
Yeah, it's
Whenever
like
I highlight.
I think
When
that's
I
your
go
melee
across
range.
them,
Yeah.
that is your melee range. Now we could actually set your weapon to 10 foot, but right now I'm not too worried about that. But that's what that is it's showing that
Oh, okay.
each
Okay.
square's right around you.
Just keep in mind you have a pole arm.
Yep.
Where do you set that? Just for my own curiosity.
I believe it's with weapon. That's why I would need to look at. So that's why I said I'm going to hold off
Okay.
checking for the moment.
Okay.
Okay. So are the stairs up here in the upper area? I see something that seems to be stairs, or are they here
No.
to right where my
There
token
are
is?
2 sets of stairs.
Hey.
There are so where Exeter is, there is a set of stairs leading up, and then if you go through Alderberg, through Divis, and go diagonal, there's another set of stairs leading up as well.
Mm.
Can
So
we tell if
So
can we
which
see if
way?
there's like light or anything coming from any of these?
no, everything is pitch black other than your light. Your light is the only thing that is giving any type of light in here. However,
Is there a bad smell from one of them?
is a moist smell from the entire area. As you've moved
Well,
into the area, um, you hear a noise, and coming to the top of that little cliff there, let me do that. The top of the cliff.
You know what?
mhm.
I'm a frickin' paladin. Why wasn't I divine sensing?
Good
I know better
question.
than this. How long does that last?
It's a bonesman.
Ah. Well, to the left is what our friend always used to do. So. All right. So
Not for bad.
I will
An
be.
arrow flies out of the darkness as this creature walks out of the shadows above you on the ledge and looses an arrow.
Oh. Oh my.
Ah.
Oof.
What a butt cheek.
Yeah. Uh. Ah, we're being attacked.
You may
Oh,
trigger
are we?
initiative if you would like.
I mean, what?
You may roll initiative if you would like.
Oh, I guess we should probably do that.
You don't think we're gonna talk our way out of this?
I don't think we're gonna. We
Try.
could try. Look at that
I need
initiative.
just one quick
I've
second.
never had much luck with conversing with bones. Just saying.
Never mind.
Nice.
TV-14. Oh, there's an initiative roll for you. Woohoo!
Hey, at least you have a bonus.
I see everybody appears to have rolled their initiative. Let's get this started. We are starting with. Actually, there we go, Dietis.
Close enough. All right. Let's see.
Evis, not Dietis. Who is this halfling we speak of, or gnome? Actually, he was a gnome too, wasn't he?
No, he was a halfling and
Oh.
plays very differently. Deep gnomes are well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay.
They're deep.
Everyone thinks they're far too serious and joyless. They are often described, but oh, I still managed to hit it. Okay. All right, and then he will fire his hand crossbow again. And
Dang, you get to attack twice?
Well, so
yeah,
he has
crossbow expert.
the crossbow expert feat, which allows him to use his bonus action, which is important because there's other things that he can do that consume bonus actions. Okay.
That's it. And then I guess hold on, we pass the flag and go, Mr. Skeleton.
Tally me bananas.
Where did the arrow hit me? Where did the first arrow hit me? Because I'm assuming I'm about to get a second one.
The first arrow.
If it's in the knee, you're gonna have to retire.
No. Let's
We
say,
didn't get to the first night without that getting past us.
let's say it hit you in the shoulder.
All right.
Did I mention Divas is
Oh,
taking cover
Okay,
back there?
so 8. But really quick,
I
before
see
that
it.
guy moves
Oh,
anymore,
yeah. Tom gets to do a thing.
I gotta
Okay,
do it.
Tom. What thing do you get to do?
I gotta attack skeleton 2.
Okay, the question is, can you do it from flat-footed?
So, okay, so this actually does come in important. So, how surprise works in 5th edition is that there is no more surprise round. What it is a condition. So, when Skeleton 2 attacked me, we should have all rolled initiative. And then
Which you did.
yep, exactly. But
Okay.
before he made the attack. Then, starting at the top, whoever was first, if they weren't aware of the skeleton, they are simply considered surprised in the surprised condition. And then at the end of their turn, they pass it, they are no longer surprised, allowing them to act the next turn. What we did by having skeleton do a surprise round was everybody went through and stopped their surprise. Yep.
Okay. All right.
What does the surprised condition do?
Literally nothing. You just can't attack.
So basically, what we did there. Remember how the skeleton got an attack off on you guys because it surprised your group.
Yeah.
Because of that, it basically negated your turn. So now it would have gone through the turn order the same way, but as it gone through the turn order, your surprise would have dropped off, which is where he's saying now at the top of the round you're no longer surprised. So Albert,
I
what
can't
do you
be
do?
surprised.
Adelbrecht.
Oh, Marshall
Battle
can't be
Rex.
surprised.
Yeah, I can't be surprised unless I'm unconscious. So do I get a turn? I mean, no, I don't care if we don't get a retroactive turn. But
just to understand
Going
the
forward.
mechanics.
I will
Yeah,
take
exactly.
that one. I will take
Oh,
that
good.
one into account.
Right.
Forward.
So I guess it's just you never have the surprised status. Would
Yeah.
that be the correct way to put
Unless
it?
I'm unconscious or dead.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And I'm going to make a note of that onto my tracker.
But
So
just for our own information, but in this case, it actually wouldn't have made any difference anyway because
Incorrect.
your initiative is after the skeleton.
Sort of. So here's what would have happened. Okay, let's just pretend we walk up. The skeleton doesn't fire. Jordy says, "Roll for initiative." We get the same initiative. So here's what happened. Davis goes. You're surprised. You undo the surprise condition. Skeleton 4 goes, fires, hits me in the shoulder. He's not surprised. Then Adelbert goes. He's in the surprise condition. We skip him.
Ah.
Thurek Mir goes, he technically wouldn't have been surprised, so he actually gets to go there. Then I
Okay.
resolve my surprise, Exeter resolves my surprise, then top of the round.
So in third edition terms, Thurek acts in the surprise round.
There
now
you
I know
go.
there's no such thing, but
correct.
Yep.
it's kind of similar.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Alderbert.
Adelbrecht.
Alderbrecht.
We'll call it
So, I gotta have a question. So
Yes.
so if I have a 10-foot attack radius, is this 10-foot? Is it a 10-foot cube or a 10-foot circle or?
So the skeleton 2, where it is right now,
Yep.
would be in your attack radius, and
Okay.
I would, that would when it would enter your attack radius right there.
So that's where you have to should do your attack.
Yep. That's where I'm going to make my opportunity attack.
Did not mean to do that.
So for Jordy, for your information, what he's doing is he's got the Polar Mastery feat, which allows him to make attacks of opportunity when people enter his range. In
Right.
addition to leaving, he also has the Sentinel feat because he was the variant
Right.
human, which
I actually pulled his character up and I was taking a look at those.
perfect.
Yeah, no worries.
Come on, Tom.
Okay.
That's okay. It was only a reaction.
Yeah, but he could have stopped that skeleton right there from getting in Exeter's face.
That's
Right.
nice.
It would have stopped it from getting close to him,
That's pretty strong.
which is why that is important.
Well, I only rolled a 6, so.
Yeah.
Dang, these skeletons.
Stays on fire. I mean, not literally.
Thank goodness.
That left a mark.
Oh, there's more.
Ha! Didn't hit me that time.
It's a little harder when your guard's up.
Don't waste your breath taunting the piles of bones.
Oh no, there's a 5th skeleton. Where are they coming from?
Well, so Jordy usually has a random number on all the mobs, so we don't actually know how many there are. Which is kind of brilliant.
Good point. So
Yep.
sorry.
Oh, hey, okay, real quick.
Yeah.
I am taking cover, and I believe I have, what is that, maybe 50% cover?
I don't know about from Skeleton 5, though.
Yeah, skeleton
Oh,
five,
you're right.
five,
Okay,
absolutely not.
fine.
Skeleton 5, you do not.
Jerk. The skeleton. Not you guys.
Sorry.
Made of calcium and jerk meat.
Yes.
Whoo, these guys are
Jeez, they are not effing around.
boy
Yeah,
howdy.
I think it's time that it's time to pull out the stops. It's getting nasty.
Rick, you're going to have a little bit of work to do there, my friend.
Yeah. Whew.
That's why I'm here.
All right. I'm going to run up and try to protect Exeter, try and get as close between Sentinel Skeleton 2 and Exeter as I can. And
Nope.
What?
You just saw another skeleton.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
There's more of them. How many more are there? And okay, so I am going to attack Skeleton 2 again. That guy. Or Skeleton 4? No, wait. What am I doing here?
Yeah, skeleton 2.
So Skeleton 2 is the one that's right away from you that it looks like you are targeting right now.
Awesome. So I 2. Big money, no whammies.
Nice.
That's good.
Yes. And damage. 8 damage, and then I'm going to hit him with the butt of my halberd.
You've taken my half. Now accept my butt.
Oh.
Like a Curthin winter I come.
This guy's been shafted.
Whoa, you took him out straight up.
Nice.
Vulnerable.
Cause
Oh,
he.
I see. Yeah.
Bludgeoning damage.
Oh, you know
Very
what? And I
nice.
sold my mace for a staff. What
So
was
the
I
butt of-
thinking?
The butt of his halberd is bludgeoning damage, so it was vulnerable and it took greater damage from that.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And then I am going to actually I am going to stay. Do we need to get in closer? Out of character. I can stay right here and be happy.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this setup. If you guys are
Got
good.
bows.
Yeah, the only
Okay.
real problem is I can't get in, but that's probably fine. Although I could get in between you and them, and you can attack through me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
The
They're on their ledge.
The 3 skeletons on the ledge are armed with short bows. The skeletons
And they are mine. Sorry.
that Aldebert sees are all armed with rusty short swords.
Perfect.
So the 3 that were over by the stairs, the 2 now, they are armed with short swords, while the 3 that are staring you down from the top of the ledge have short bows.
And the
I'm gonna
yeah.
Adelbrecht is gonna shout over to Valbrand and be like, "Get over and help me hold the pass."
Okay.
So pass the token if you are done.
Oh yeah, that thing.
All right, you guys don't look too terribly bad yet, so I'm not going to heal quite yet.
That look
Oh,
awesome.
you're fine.
As much as I want to charge up those stairs and start macing skeletons, I think I'd probably better leave it to the real fighters. So I'll go 5, 10.
Well, boy, you're going to be really disappointed in your life choices here in a second. Then.
Now what can I say? I'm going to target skeleton 4.
Now that he's put us on that pedestal, we're gonna miss every
Oh,
every
you know
attack. Oh, I know.
Oh wow, nice, Marsh.
Fail? I can't tell. It's
No,
kinda weird.
you win because he rolled a 1.
Oh, cool.
That was a dexterity save by the skeleton.
Yeah.
So
And-
I'm going to say
Boom!
like crimson, deep blood red fire just lances from the ceiling and chars his bow.
Hey, Marshall, do yourself a favor. Go to your actions tab. Click on your the magnifying glass for your cantrips, and make sure that your ability is set for wisdom, because I see the save DC is 10, and it should include your wisdom in there.
Oh, yes, okay. So
You might want to
type
check
that.
all your other spells too, just to be safe.
Okay, if you are complete, go ahead and release your token.
All right. All right. So, are you done, Marsh?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's fine. Just want to check the duration on this. The range is 30 feet. Okay. So Valbrand is going to hit Divis, Albrecht, and Exeter, and I'm going to cast Bless. So first I'm gonna rip the arrow out of my shoulder. I'm gonna throw it on the ground and spit. Then I'm gonna raise my shield, cast Bless on my allies. Some of my allies. Sorry, the other guys. I'm then going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Was Bless a bonus action or a full action? It is one
Full
action. Okay. And end my turn there. I'm going to use my Warlock spell slot to cast Bless.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Bless is a bonus to hit and saves.
Correct.
I think Albrecht and I moved spots. I'm supposed to be in front of you.
It's a D4 for both addition to save and to addition to your attack.
And the engine will take care of it for me. Is that
Yes,
okay?
the engine will take care of it. Now, it only lasts as long as I can concentrate. That's why I want to know if it's a bonus action. Because I was going to get up here and dodge, but I can't. Okay, I'll move back, so I'm going to move into the actual position that we discussed.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. So if you are complete,
I am complete. Pass the token to Exeter. You are blessed, my friend. Tears might flows through your veins.
I like this feeling. It's great. And with that, I will target.
Y'all got any more of that blessing?
Feels like I just crushed up an angel's wings and snorted them.
I was enjoying your company so much the last 3 days, but obviously, we're going to have a little talk about you and short people.
What do you mean, you short people? Okay.
With that comment, Exeter looks at Albrecht, considers his crossbow before actually turning it onto the. And I want to use something interesting, but we're going to just go ahead. What is it to click it? Is it control? Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
control.
All right, so let's go ahead and do attack. Can't even see my own attack.
Does a 23 hit? No.
Then we run. We run very quickly.
Oh, that doesn't really do a whole freaking lot, but okay. And I'll use my bonus action.
Nice.
We'll try this again. Oh my freaking gosh.
Hey, that's 8
Seriously.
damage. That's 8 more damage than I did.
Yeah. Turn is next.
Oh, you've got the same thing, the crossbow expert. We're crossbow
Yes.
expert twins. Okay.
Cross buddies.
And you're the only person here that I can look in
that
the
sounds
eye.
like something else. Anyway. All right, so he moves over there, and jets of flame shoot from his hand. Seems to have a uncommon look of glee, at least for him.
This
Uncommon.
actually worked.
Yeah, right. Okay, let's see. See if I can do this correctly. Okay. Yep. One succeeded, one failed, and then I do this.
Ooh.
Okay. So one of them. Wow, that is a terrible roll. Anyway. Okay, and now I will action search and see if I can finish one of these off.
warrior
see.
wizard, guys, warrior wizard.
I'm befuddled and shocked at this.
So what do we got? We got 5 and we got 6. Okay, I guess we'll try for 6 because he's in the back, and I want you guys to be able to reach. Okay. And bear with me. There we go.
Go.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. And there we go. And one
Nice.
last attack with the bonus action. Come on, finish him.
Go, Mark.
How many?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mark fighter.
So here's how it worked, Tom. Because I heard you say that. He uses normal action to cast Burning Hands. Then he burned Action Surge to fire his crossbow. Then he gets his bonus action. He only gets one of them, even with Action Surge, to fire his crossbow again, thanks to Crossbow Expert.
Wow.
He can do that once per short rest.
Right. Yeah. Only once per battle. But
Yeah.
it was getting a little nasty.
It
I feel
was.
better now, though.
Okay.
Hey, it's marking off ammo for me. Oh, that is nice.
Is it?
Yeah, that's handy. I play a bard that uses a bow in our other game, and it's super handy.
Now remember, when you're done, you get 50% of your ammo back after the encounter. You'll probably need to go uncheck.
I think it might be doing that for us because I've only got one check mark right now.
Interesting.
And I shot twice.
Okay, maybe it is doing that. Please
Well,
keep
I
an
have
eye on that.
4 ammo used.
So, Skeleton 1 is
Mhm.
going to move. Now it is already in your threatened range. Does it still, just by moving forward, still trigger your polearm master?
So Skeleton 1 doesn't look like he was he? Oh yeah, he
Well, let's
was.
see.
Well, that's
He
up to
was.
yeah, he was.
Both of those are within
I don't.
Hover's threatened
think-
range.
No, because the action is entering his threatened range.
Okay. I was just
Yep.
double checking on that one. Better safe than
Mhm.
sorry. It swings its sword.
Oh my hell!
Connects again on the same shoulder.
Okay, and I continue to save, so you guys continue to keep bless. Man, my shoulder's really starting to hurt.
Oh, I see.
With pieces of bone falling off of its hand, this skeleton delivers a mighty blow and misses. The sword clangs off of the stalagmite. Or that would be a stalactite, wouldn't it?
I'm just glad my spell maintained.
And our little gnome lives to continue to fight as the arrow misses.
Mark, are you wearing
It's
chainmail?
because I'm moving too fast. I'm wearing a chain shirt.
Oh,
I
that's
wanted,
right.
So, yeah, he's not bad at hiding, and so I wanted to keep that. I didn't want a full chainmail.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hold
Plus, it
correct.
seemed thematically wrong.
Okay, I am going to attack Skeleton 3. As I do.
As one does.
Boom.
Oh, that dice like teetered on the 7 for a second.
Oh, no,
wait,
it was
wait,
gonna be
wait,
awesome.
wait. I have a thing. Don't I have a thing? I have a thing.
What's your thing?
Great weapon fighting.
Yeah. if
Lets you re-roll
do.
damage if
On a
it's a
1
1
or
or
a
2.
2.
Oh.
So how do I undo that damage? How do we undo that and then
How about
do that again?
maybe just roll a dice and then Jordan can make up the difference. on
Yeah,
the
just
roll?
drag a d10 from your.
Yep.
Oh,
Throw a d10 down again.
Which one of those is? Oh, that's that one.
you got it.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
So
One more
5
point of
damage.
You have to take the second roll.
You have to
Yep.
take the second roll,
Oh.
which sucks when you
So
roll a
5.
2 and then your second roll's a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just-
And then so I'm going to use a bonus my bonus action on Skeleton 1. I'm gonna hit
Okay.
it with my halberd butt.
Do you need to be within 5 feet of it to hit it with the butt of the halberd?
You do
No.
not.
Okay.
Okay.
It's actually one of
He
the reasons
rips
why
it by
that
the pointy end.
feat is so powerful.
And then go damage.
That's still 12 damage.
Yeah.
that strength
And
modifier.
then
Yeah.
I am going to move right here. Right here. Yeah, right here. Right here. Right here is good. I like right here.
Right there's a great idea.
Right there's a fantastic idea.
Oh, I didn't mark off my spell. Oops.
Should it here or here?
I think there, because if you move any further, you'll provoke from the skeletons, and they're getting really lucky today.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
There. Right there. We're doing good.
Says the man
Meanwhile,
with 20 wounds.
we keep doing
I'm
half
fine.
damage, lower half damage.
I've still got a third of my hit points left. I'm fine.
It's fine. We're fine. Everybody's fine.
Although I think what's about to happen is really gonna make my day.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn Cure Wounds as a second level spell. How do I guess there's no
So,
real way to do it. So
grab
I'm
your
just gonna-
D8, grab your Cure Wounds dice, and hold it over the chat. But before you drop it, right click, and it'll get that second D8, and then just mark it off as a second level spell. Thank you, sir.
Nice. At least you can roll.
I lay my hands on you and I say, my boy, you're the what was I gonna say? You know, the fire of youth is commendable, but perhaps the wisdom of age should hold the day.
He says to the half elf, who's probably older than he is, But never mind.
Yeah, how old is your character?
No, he's twice my age. All right,
Might be the oldest person in the party. Team Dan.
go Team Dad. All right, I am going to target Skeleton 1, and I am going to use the cantrip Booming Blade. Which, long story short, I get to make an attack. I'll attack with my longsword. That definitely hits. 12 damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to also pull a move from Tom's book 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll end my, actually, 20, 25, 30. I'll end my turn right there. Exeter.
All right. And I shall move 1, 2, 5. I believe I can do 5. There we go. Right there. And then I will target said skeleton. And I will proceed to use my wonderful cantrip. Let's see how vicious mockery works on this person. Just 'cause I want to try.
I don't think
What?
vicious mockery
Yep.
can work on skeletons.
Oh yeah, they have to speak.
Oh, they have to speak.
They also can't be unable to be charmed.
Well,
and I don't think skeletons.
The
can be charmed.
skeletons failed at save.
Yeah, but no, I think vicious mockery. It's in the spell description. Can't be used against.
Let's see. Subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you,
Oh.
so it must succeed a wisdom saving throw. So I think it will still do that.
No.
I think I was looking at.
Yep.
I think I'm
Yep.
thinking
No,
of,
you're
like,
correct. You are correct.
His smack talk is so good, it even works on the undead.
it strikes their bones.
All right, here we go.
Your mother was a cattle skeleton.
Sticks and stones may
All
break
the
his bones, but
ones.
words are going to do worse.
Oh, a big, massive 1d4 psychic damage. All right, there we go.
Take that.
And I believe that's all I
Because
can
the
do.
Hey, but
skeleton said, "Yeah, I know."
on the positive side, that skeleton should, in theory, so under your vicious mockery,
should
there
have
should be
disadvantage.
another
Yeah.
button that makes him have disadvantage.
One second.
An
Oh, I
effect
thought I
button.
did that. Yes. 1
Yep.
second. No, oddly enough, where's that
Interesting.
at? It is supposed to be. There is supposed to be disadvantage to it. Let's see here.
Yeah, there should
And have
be.
disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
And there's
but-
no effect button?
I don't see one. I see a cast, attack, save, and damage. That's it.
Okay. Well, we'll just have to remember. When he attacks, he needs to
Mark it over to
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yep.
If he gets a chance to attack.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we'll see if Divas lets him live.
All right.
Well,
I need a pass. There we go.
I mean,
Divas.
not live, but
If I move here, do I have
Unlive?
cover?
Unlive.
re-die?
I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but just. Oh, am I muted?
No, you're fine.
No, we can hear you.
No, we hear you.
We've heard everything.
All right, so yeah, it doesn't matter. He's trying to take cover, whether or not he succeeds. He attacks with his crossbow, and he hits, and it does some damage.
Bam.
Very nice.
The skeleton collapses into a pile of rusty armor and broken bones. After a moment, a voice from the darkness whispers with a dry rattle of death and malice. By mistake or by foolishness, you have come too far. Your soul will be used to feed my endless. And then save the drip, drip, drip of the water falling from the ceiling. All is silent.
Endless blood.
Exeter nervously says to the group, "Well, I guess maybe the welcome mat has been pulled down."
Well,
I guess we'll have to go knock the door down then.
that was telling.
Do there seem to be any exits from this platform?
So on the top here, there are two exits that you can see. One down to the your lower left, and one up to the upper right. There is a small little opening back into the wall. So you guys able to see on your map the ones that I marked?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Diva says, "Hey, can we take a short break before we go any further? Just want to catch my breath after that fight."
I look over. Really, one fight. One fight. You need a
Just,
break.
just a few minutes.
Like a few minutes or an hour?
If you want to take a short rest, that's an hour.
Minutes,
And
hours, whatever.
considering that there's a
I don't think
Question-
we have the time for a short rest at the
question-
moment.
yeah, I don't think that our in character that our diversion is going to last that long.
Are
I
you after
prefer-
just a momentary rest, or are you talking of a short rest?
He was in fact referring to a short rest, so that's fine. We can keep going.
no offense, but I have a date that I still want to have survive this. So
Can we see if there's anything on the skeletons? I mean, I know they're skeletons, but you never know.
Keep it
Go
in your
right
trousers,
ahead.
Halfling.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
All right,
Investigation.
investigation.
Yeah, I have that one.
Oh yeah, I actually do have that one in spades. I stop and think about it. Wait a minute, I can't do it. I don't have enough real estate on my desktop here, obviously.
Yeah, well, do it.
So, Aldebrecht, you search through the piles of bones, rusted armor, old,
Good thing I got to my
misshapen
tetanus
weapons.
shot.
Exeter comes and helps you, moving skeleton pieces out of the way. Nothing here is of any value or any use.
What
The
about
Oh.
armor is
Lame.
what
the
Divas
armor
is
is
doing?
Yeah,
broken,
Divas is go ahead.
busted, the weapons pitted and tarnished and rusted.
So Divas is interested in this small alcove, and he wants to go check it out. Would a perception be appropriate, or
Yes,
perhaps?
please.
Okay.
Actually, for here, go ahead and give me. If you're going to search the area, give me an investigation. If you're just going to give it
Okay.
a glance over, give me a perception.
All right, we'll use investigation.
I mean, I'll do the same for this little alcove that Valbrand is
Yep.
standing in front of.
Well, I'll let you buy.
Don't worry, I can get by anyway.
Basically, think of it like this: you're out searching you're searching your house for your cat. If you poke your head into a room and look around quickly and then move on, that's going to be a perception. If you actually move things out of the way, look at is he in this little crevasse, and that's going to be more investigation because you're doing a more fine detailed scanning. Now, certain things will pick up. Um, Perception's going to go faster. Investigation will give you a more detailed pieces. And the crevasse, it's just a small crevasse back into the wall. It's barely big enough for you to fit back in. There is nothing of value in here.
All right. Well, now that I'm in it, there is something. No.
Oh.
Nice.
All right, so I do the same to this little cubby slash cavern, mini cavern, whatever.
Okay, that little mini cavern continues. So that little mini cavern looks like it goes back and gets bigger.
What about down here?
Down here continues back as well.
So, as part of our investigation here, do we notice any sloping to these caverns? Does one seem to noticeably go up or down?
No, they are a little rough as natural caverns would be, but there's no noticeable increase or decrease of elevation.
Well, as Revis once said, keep to the left.
Keep to the left. He did say that.
Walk on the left side.
Oh, okay, fine.
Now, just in case, would you guys like for me to kind of, I don't know, creep ahead just a little bit stealthily and see if I can see something before it shoots us full of holes this time?
Yeah, that's
Please.
probably a good
Probably.
idea.
So I can't get too far outside of light.
Yeah, about 30 feet from Thurrock, from Rook.
Okay, so I am doing a little bit more of a stealthy movement here, my good DM.
Okay.
Would you
Go
need
ahead.
a stealth check for me for anything?
Yes, please.
Oh, shoot. I did not need to hear that.
Okay, thank you very much. So you can see a little bit beyond this. It looks like the room opens up, but it's too dark and you're too far from the light sources to get a good view.
Okay, so I motion my firebrand further up, and so they are coming closer. And then as they move closer, I will move a little bit further in, and so that I can see just a little bit further. You want me to do
Alright.
another check?
Next freaking
I am
time I
actually
learn a cantrip, I'm learning light.
okay.
Same here.
Your light source is caught and refracted by hundreds of times by large pink crystals coming out of the walls and the ceiling.
Ooh.
Can we tell what these crystals are?
Can you and I
Investigation check.
see them yet?
Knowledge.
You will need to move in
Oh, okay.
to the room to actually do an investigation.
Okay.
Carry
Do
you,
I
don't
need?
touch them. You never know what magical devices they could be in a lich's lair.
I agree with that. So I will move in very carefully, and we'll hopefully from there do an investigation.
Okay. So you are not sure of what type of manner of crystal these are. They are growing almost naturally out of the stone, both on the floor, on the walls, and off the ceiling. They are pretty good size, a little bigger than the half orc's fist.
That's big.
I turn to my friends and say, "Well, does anyone happen to think this might be magical in nature?"
Might be what in magical in nature?
The
I'm in a hallway.
crystals.
Yeah, we're in a hallway.
Come on. Oh, good point. Okay, so I scream back to them, not scream. Back.
Scream?
No.
We're making like
softly, as softly as say as my sonorous voice will actually go ahead and go. That describe the room to them and ask them to come up to the cave mouth so that they can see as well.
Annie, I'm fine.
It's a bit of a squeeze. Annie, are you okay?
She's very worried about me.
Oh, poor
Is
baby.
she okay, Annie?
Are you okay, Annie? Yes, you are.
You've
Good
been
girl.
hit by. You've been pet by a dog, Dad.
So, deep
Now can I
gnomes are quite
Do an
fond of
investigation
gems.
check.
I feel compelled to
Okay.
look at these very closely.
Okay.
Do we?
Do you want to give me a check?
Yep.
Boop.
Okay. So these are really unusual gems. They're reflecting back the light, and they're just, they are pink. Well, they're not gems, crystals. Let's not call them gems. They are crystals. These are large pink crystals. So they have a crystalline structure to them. And they're pretty. You have not seen anything like them before.
Diva says, if we had time, I'd love to study these further, but perhaps we should keep going.
Yeah,
I'd
we've
Bring
heard
a sample with you.
Maybe on our way out we could break one off.
Sure.
and then run.
Well, maybe.
As quickly as we can. All right, so I continue on a little bit further, creeping slowly.
At this point, guys, we should probably cancel our bless effect. It's probably been on long enough.
How do I do that?
I think Jordy has to do it for us.
I can take care of it real quick. Well, I'll take care of it when we get into an issue. Let's
Yeah,
put it
that
way.
sounds fine. I mean, of course, if you just want to leave it on and call it 10 rounds of combat, I'm okay with that.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Give
we
me
have pink
just
rocks.
one-
Do the pink rocks
Okay.
continue outside of this little
I
No,
know.
alcove?
no, they do not.
This is the perfect
So
use of the journal.
there are stone. The stone has been cut into steps leading up to a large stone door that is carved in the image of a kraken holding two halves of a broken ship passage also continues up further into the natural cavern.
Well,
Do we go up or do we go to the? Do we continue to
I think we're
explore
here.
down here?
I think we're here for the phylactery. So probably up.
Yes,
Was
which
it?
is it? The Kraken door or the Skull door? However many jolly themed rooms are we gonna
Wasn't it?
find?
Wasn't it just skull stairs, or was there a skull
No.
I
door?
thought
There was a there is two doors. So there's the
Gotcha.
unexplored cavern area, and on either side of them there is this door with the picture of the kraken.
Okay.
And as Extar moves up a little bit more, I will give you a bit of a description for this room. Then there is the door that was in the first room you came in, which had a skull
Yeah, I
engraved on
misunderstood. I thought it was skull stairs, but that makes sense now.
And
Okay.
in the room that in this open room here, the sound of dripping water grows more rapid here. Drops hit the ground so frequently it's almost as if the stalactites are creating a light rain. In the north wall, there's an opening 10 feet above the ground, big enough for a crouched human.
So
Guys, I do happen
Exeter,
to have a candle. I can light it if someone can give me a boost.
how about a torch?
how far is it off the ground? 15 feet?
10 feet.
No.
I'm not that short.
You could simply stand on my shoulders,
Exactly. All right, so I believe
and I could hand you the torch. That works too.
my suggestion will be then that, yeah, if you can hand me up the torch, that Thuric, my good friend here, will now go ahead and lift me up, and I will scout down this and see perhaps if I can see what's in these other rooms before we go venturing and opening up doors.
And that was the last we ever heard of Exeter.
All right, so I'm going to briefly stop here and grab the torch from Thuric.
You may simply call
Would
me
you
Rook.
please not
Don't hand it to me fireside first. Didn't your mom ever teach you how to hand people scissors?
Please take your
Goodness
heel
gracious.
off of my eye.
All right.
I only have
Oh.
two.
So I'm looking into this thing
So,
from up here, from on, I guess, on
there-
top of his shoulders at the moment.
Go ahead. Okay, so this crawl space opens up a little bit. In here, there are what appear to be half dissolved bones scattered amongst this space. You see a small, towards the back, you see what looks like a case or a traveling box that is molded.
Molded?
Maybe molded.
Oh,
covered in
moldy.
mold?
You mean moldy,
Moldy.
not moldy. You're saying molded. I'm like, is it
moldy.
into the shape of a what? Anyway.
Moldy.
Hey, you don't
All
think those bones could be signs of a trap, do you?
Or somebody who just got stuck here and was holding on to it really tightly. There's always that possibility.
You never know.
Right.
All right. So, but in the let's go ahead and do. Let's see if I can see anything that might, for instance, suddenly spring out and kill me as I'm looking in.
Okay.
Careful, little one. I know of a certain young lady who would be devastated if you didn't come back to the ship.
Yes, I know. So, what check do you want me to give?
So go ahead and give me an investigation check, or if you're just kind of peering in, perception.
No. Oh no, I'm definitely I'm looking closely using the torch as far as I can without necessarily getting close to the drippy death that may be.
Drippy death.
So you don't see anything. There doesn't appear to be. You don't see trap. You don't see a monster waiting in the dark to get you. It looks like a little
If I
alcove back in here with
okay,
bones and something.
just moldy bones. Okay, so
Moldy
I'm going
bones
to grab
and
onto his. I'm going to grab onto his ankles just in case. Just
Okay.
Yes,
For grounding.
Can I go ahead and move a little bit closer and get close to the moldy? Now, is there drips going on around these moldy bones?
Just the normal drips from the
Okay, so if I put the end of the torch in there, or kind of, it doesn't like suddenly burn acid on it
No,
or anything of that
no,
nature.
it doesn't
Okay,
burn out.
okay, so I'm right here at the. All right, so now I'm hopefully within reach, and so I am now going to really investigate the fool out of these bones and try to discover what this moldy package looks like without it having attacking to my hand.
Okay.
That was my nickname in Vegas. Moldy package.
So this is a lead case. Looks like a lead case that part of it in the back is dissolved, and you see it appears to have crossbow bolts in it.
Crossbow bolts. Ooh.
Crossbow bolts.
Well, I believe I'm going to go ahead and there's nothing with bones that I see, the moldy bones, beyond this package.
No, there is not.
Okay. So I will go ahead and with my free hand grasp the container and drag it back down to our area.
Okay.
Thurick, let me pull me down, please.
While you're doing that, hold on one moment.
Uh-oh.
Womp womp.
Everybody rolling.
Here it comes.
This news is too easy.
If you would like to roll initiative, please do.
My apologies, guys. Obviously, I can't detect diddly.
Woo! Natural 20! Which means I got a 19.
You done goofed, little one.
So, Thurok, your heightened senses, something just doesn't feel right all of a sudden. You are at the top of the initiative.
And I don't see anything?
You can give me a perception check if you'd like.
I'm not good at it, but I can try. I guess I probably should have rolled that in the thingy.
That's okay.
So basically, you feel imminent danger, and you kind of stop and listen.
Your spidey senses are tingling.
So give me just one. Okay. You do not see anything.
All right. Well, in that case, although I guess I feel sort of like something's out of place, or something's stalking us, or something. I
Might be
feel like something's amiss.
Something might be stalking you.
All right, so I'm going to vocalize that. I'm going to say, "We are not alone," and I'm going to grab Exeter and pull him free from the hole.
Okay, so you're going to move. You're going to pull Exeter free from the hole.
Yeah, I'm like, can I shift over here and then pull him onto his feet here?
Sure.
Like, would that be okay? All right.
Okay.
So you grab
Like
Exeter
drag
and
him out of
pull
the hole, basically.
Out of the hole.
Make sure he's stable on his turn, essentially.
All right. So I've got a.
One moment.
Yep. Good.
Whoa.
I know. I'll move you back.
No, you're fine. I just.
Warp.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll move you back under the monster.
Brain slug.
Get comfy.
Oh,
Oh.
phenomenal.
A grayish, wet sheet falls from the ceiling and lands on Divas.
Oh my god, it's
Get
strong
it off
third!
me!
Ow!
What?
Wow.
So, what type of armor are you wearing?
Oh no.
Chain shirt.
Also,
This does not sound good.
can I hit this thing? Is this something I can hit? Should I hit it?
I'm
Let's
gonna
see what
try.
happens first.
So, any non-magical weapon made of metal that hits the ooze corrodes. After dealing damage, the weapon takes a permanent and cumulative -1 penalty to damage rolls. If this
Son of a
penalty drops to -5, the weapon is destroyed. non-magical ammunition made of metal that hits the ooze is destroyed after dealing damage. The ooze can eat through 2-inch thick non-magical metal in one round.
All
right.
Wonderful.
Exeter.
So don't hit it. That's the
Okay.
Well,
Well,
you
then,
hit
I
it with the
believe.
butt of your halberd. That's not metal, probably.
He's right.
Well,
It's like a rust monster, but gooey.
I mean,
dropped
ideally,
well,
don't
okay.
hit me.
Is it still on Divin? I was going to say, is it still on Divas? Because, I mean, come on. This is not going to be.
Divas can. So, yeah, but he can spout underneath the ooze. The ooze. It's not grappling him.
Okay, who do I have
If
targeted?
you're asking, can you shoot it without shooting Divas? Yes. Just don't roll a 1. Then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with that.
Okay. Who do I have targeted right now?
Right now you have the gray
Okay, I've
ooze
got.
targeted.
Okay, good.
You have
good,
Okay,
the
so
ooze. Let me remove Bless off you real quick. 1 moment, because.
Oh yeah,
Bless-
now it matters.
so really quick, if I do use something that's non-metal like wood, would it's not going to take a penalty, correct?
It is not. It is only metal. So what's happening is it's corroding the metal, which you can probably get a blacksmith to clean it up. However, if the penalty gets to -5, the weapon is destroyed. It has
Right.
to be a metal item though, because it cannot corrode wood.
So can I use my I can use my halberd butt as an attack, right?
You can. Well,
So
that is a bonus attack, but you can use it as an attack, basically. Yes.
right. So I think, and Jordan, I don't know, you'll have to think about this with me. Do I get an attack because it jumped into range and because it attacked somebody right next to me?
So you cannot react when it was your round, and the
Because you
gray
were
ooze went
surprised.
after you. So, well, actually, Jordy.
Does it allow even with surprise?
Well, no, okay, so again, you got to consider we rolled for initiative.
Mhm.
We all rolled really well, and the Grey Ooze not so well, which means everybody but Thurok was surprised and ruined their surprise turn. Thurok actually got to act. Albrecht actually acted last and removed his surprise status. So when that Grey Ooze dropped, he was ready for it
Okay.
because
Go
the
right
Grey
ahead.
Ooze
Go
rolled
right
so bad.
ahead, Albert. I will give you that. Yes. Okay.
All right. There we go.
Interesting way.
Oh, it
but
still has
you are
bless for
correct.
some reason. But you would have hit
Yeah.
anyway, I'm sure. But
Yes, that's a hit.
Okay, so and then roll for damage.
Oh,
Awesome.
careful with that thing.
Mark briefly turned into cameo.
And then I get one for yeah, so I get one because it attacked somebody within 5 feet of me.
Well, you only get one reaction.
Oh,
correct.
Yeah.
well, I'll do that, and then I'll use my Sentinel one because it appeared, and then now its speed is 0.
Okay. Exeter.
All right. Remind me, can I do cantrips as a bonus action?
Now, real
On-
quick.
only
I
if the
would
cantrip
have
allows
let
it.
you stop it if it wasn't falling from the ceiling. Does that make sense?
Bam! And then
If
it just hovers there in midair.
it was running past you and you got your reaction, it would have stopped it at speed 0. But since it was falling from the sky,
Gravity basically took care of that on its own.
Gotcha. Okay.
Exeter.
So,
Alright.
to answer your question, Viper, you can only cast a cantrip as a bonus action if the cantrip allows it to be casted as a bonus action.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, and I don't think you need to.
Some of them do, not very many.
Now, I
No.
need you to watch your ammunition because this time any bolts shot, non-magical bolts shot, are lost.
Understood. And we had discussed earlier that the casting a spell does not count as an attack for me, allowing me to go ahead and shoot my
Correct.
crossbow
You
as
can
a bonus action.
exactly.
Is an opportunity attack different from a reaction attack?
No, when you use your reaction to make the opportunity attack.
Okie dokie.
All
They
right,
were just
well,
labeled differently, so sorry.
I am going to go ahead and cast Dissonant Whispers on the.
So think of it like this, Tom. Your you have things that you can do as a reaction, and the opportunity attack is one of the things that you can do as a reaction.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead now. So one thing with that, so I'm still it's a first spell. The effect, this one also does not have an effect. So let's see, 1 second.
Isn't it Wizards? Nobody wants to go with you to ooze prom.
Exactly. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows
Oh,
away from you.
nice.
That's a cantrip?
You're my
No,
new
no,
best
that's a
friend.
spell. That's a spell.
Good. I was like, holy crap.
Anyway, so anyway, that's it. So just that he has to move all the way as far as he can. So I'll go and do the damage first.
Woo! Party!
Bam.
And unfortunately, I can't do anything more than that this turn. But
Nope. But the ooze gets to move far away.
That it
it's
does.
away from us to, so maybe we got a little bit of room to do stuff here. So do you can move him where it moves.
Yep.
I
No, I
wanted to get
assume
off
it's
my
going to
little
move
buddy.
on its turn.
Oh, did it
And
say
this
on
is-
its turn?
Or did it say?
No, it
Oh.
says immediate. It has to use its reaction immediately
Reaction.
to do
Oh,
it.
Oh,
its
wow.
reaction. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now technically we get an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
it's
that's
not.
brutal.
Yeah. But
Yes.
here's my question: did I see it burn a hole through Dietis's armor?
Go ahead and give me a perception.
Okay, because I am not about to attack that thing if it's burning through Dietis's armor.
Yes, you did.
Okay, then yeah, I hesitate. It moves out of my
Oh.
reach. I kind of. All right, and then it's my turn.
Oh, I get an opportunity attack
No,
too, don't I?
you used your reaction. Remember?
But that was last turn.
That was last
Hey.
turn.
Give me one quick moment. Go ahead and run through this. I'll be right back. It sounds like someone might be here. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, she did say she'd be there at about 9, and it is about 9.
Yeah.
Hey, well, he's away.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Quick,
So
talk
I
about
guess
the
one
DM.
issue with my crossbow build, I suppose, is I don't really get reactions or attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. I could punch it. Get away from me!
Bam.
Do
I
they
mean,
still have penalties for unarmed attacks in melee? Like if you're not proficient with them?
Probably.
Probably. I actually don't know off the top of my head. I can research it and figure it out though. I think everyone's proficient with unarmed attacks these days, and monks just get bonus damage for it, bonus dice rolls, and everybody else deals 1 plus their strength modifier. I think. I'm trying to remember. I see if I can find it while we're waiting for Jordy.
I'm gonna give this thing the old
But
halberd butt.
yeah, Tom. So you would have attacked him when he dropped. No, it's not your turn yet. So you get your reaction back on your turn, right? So you made the reaction on the ooze's turn, and since the ooze's turn, you haven't gotten back to your turn. Does that make sense?
No.
Sorry, if it makes you feel better, I'm about to do the same, something similar to myself. So,
How about eat me?
in fact, I'll go ahead unless Jordy really needs us to. So, what I'm doing is, so I've got my sword and shield out. I am dropping my sword. I am using the interact with an object. I think that's a bonus action. Interact with an object, or you can do that once per turn. I'm double checking now. Interact with an object.
I don't know why you're worried about it. Divas is going to just deep fat fry this thing whenever it gets for dropping on him.
That's true.
Probably not actually. Well, I don't know.
Are you going to start running away from your armor?
Oh, casting time 1 minute. Okay, never mind.
What were you gonna do?
He was going to try to fix his armor. If it was still bubbling and sizzling, anyway.
Oh, you have mending?
Yep.
Good man.
Well, I figure he had to survive on the run for a long and
Good point.
crossbows
Yeah,
break.
no, that's maybe I should be attacking this guy.
Depending on whether or not you knew that.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotta say, I really like this. I don't know how long it's been since I played an actual damage dealer, but this is a different than what I normally do. That's
Yeah, I
for
was
sure.
gonna say you normally play. Okay, yeah, you can interact with one object or feature from the environment for free. And an example they gave was draw or sheathe a sword. Well, I'm not drawing a sword. I'm actually going to be drawing a staff. And
Okay,
We don't have time for your art projects.
so I have returned. I apologize. We are bird sitting, so I'll need to go take care of that in a moment. But since we are rapidly running out of time, and I'd like to finish this,
all right, so Jordy, I drop my sword.
okay?
I pull out my warlock staff because I can't cast warlock spells without without an arcane focus. And I'm gonna give
Right.
this guy an eldritch blast.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Critical hit.
Isn't Eldritch Blast pretty nasty too?
And I'm
Not
pretty
for
sure
me.
he's gone.
Not for me. It's all right for me. It's not that great. It's not amazing. It's not bad. Critically hitting, it's great, but anything critically hitting it'll do.
And there we go.
All right.
And
You
then
know
I'm gonna
what?
pick my sword back up.
Melt into the stone. Just bits of water and ooziness is all that is left behind.
Blech.
So Divas takes a look at his armor. Is it completely ruined? He'd like to use the spell mending, to repair the damage the ooze caused if he can.
So it has not. You were not in contact with it long enough to damage it to the point beyond the use of mend. So yes, I would. I
Okay.
would say that if you use mend, it'll take care of it.
All right, and then he turns to Exeter and he kind of nods and says, "That was good thinking with that spell. You have my thanks."
Glad to be of assistance.
Rook is gonna come over and look at Divas and be like, checked your armor before your own wounds. You need to be more concerned with yourself, my friend. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him as a.
All right. So, also, before we do too much further here,
Wow, you are on fire with the heels tonight, my
my
friend.
goodness.
I'm a life cleric with 3 wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah, life priest, man.
And haven't rolled below 7, I think.
Well,
Awesome. All right. So, I bring the little and sit it down amongst us here, right in the middle, and proceed to. We all examine it. Would we agree? Would you guys like to look and see what's in here?
I should think so.
Sure.
Okay.
You want to check it for
So,
traps? You want to check it for traps?
well, it was melted on the back end. So it's an open case. There is no.
Oh, I misunderstood. Gotcha.
So I believe that the ooze may have eaten towards the back, type of
Mm.
thing. So anyway, so do we want to do a investigation check of any sort?
Well, you can see pretty clearly there are, unless you're checking for traps on the.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take it. Let's check it just to be sure. Because hey, we have dropping ooze on our head. So
Well, for one thing, there's probably some reason the ooze didn't eat whatever's in there.
that's the hope.
Isn't the chest made of wood?
So the chest is made.
No,
The
lead.
case is made of lead. It's a bolt case.
Oh,
made of
interesting.
lead. It does not appear to be trapped.
Okay, so I will go ahead and open it.
There are 10 crossbow bolts in this case. This case has been, there's holes in this case, so the ooze has obviously ate through the case and probed the interiors, but the bolts are intact and undamaged. They are not corroded. They are not tarnished.
Okay,
must be magic.
so I was going to say, so that's a great question. I do have detect magic, but does that use a slot if we're doing it outside?
Yeah, we could. So I could do it as a ritual, but yeah, we should do it later.
People
in
might die
character.
upstairs.
Yes,
We should investigate that later.
Well, but if they happen to be something that we can use against a lich, for example, it might be behoove us to go ahead and figure these out now.
Honestly,
That's a
I'll
fair
do it.
point.
if we
that
run
case, I
into
would
the
use
lich, I don't think the crossbow bolts are going to save us.
Make a salient point.
Well, okay.
I'm
The
sorry.
Lich's
I have to
assistant?
know. You know this.
I do
have
know
to
this. I know.
So I will roll.
So
I will
out of
do a
character,
detect
what about just like an
Yeah.
Arcana check? Do you think that would be enough? Just not necessarily to see, what kind of enchantment it is, but just are they magic at all? Maybe
See
by
what's great about cinnamon toast crunch.
to see if they
DM?
have runes or something like that on them.
I will let you do an arcane check, and
Okay.
I won't say for certainty one way or another, but depending on your check. So you believe there's probably some arcane nature to them because
The ooze would eat 'em.
otherwise the ooze would have eaten them. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
We're doing.
or
I'm
just
using one of mine.
left up there in an unprotected case. Yeah.
Yeah. I just used one of mine. We're detect magic on these things.
That won't tell you what the enchantment is. So if you already know it's enchanted, that's not really gonna. Am I
thought
right
it
there?
did.
I think.
You are correct. You will
We need
either
we need identify, not
Yeah, we
detect.
need identify. Yep. And if we had,
identify or during the course of a short rest work for them.
Yeah.
Stuff.
yeah,
And we're not doing
if
that.
we had the time, yeah, but we don't. So let's go.
All right.
I have stuck these into the inventory on the party sheet.
Just
Davis,
throw
do
them
you
in
want to
your.
take 5 and I take 5?
Sure. I mean, worst case scenario, if it gets nasty, maybe we just try it and hope for the best.
Okay. So now this puts us at 6 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm afraid that
This is a good stopping point. We have two doors, the skull door and the kraken pulling the broken halves of the ship down beneath the waves. So the party has a decision when we meet next time.
When
Do
are we
you go
meeting?
left? Do you go right?
Thursday the 22nd. Is that right?
Yes,
Well,
it's fine with me.
Yeah, I'll be here.
We could meet Monday or we could meet Thursday. So
I know that Mark is coming home from a cruise around that weekend. I might. I don't know how loud I want to be.
Let's see, I
On
could
second
do
thought,
Monday. No, I'm sorry,
Monday,
I
Monday
can't
the
do Monday.
19th
Crap.
will not work for me. Yeah. In fact, Mark, I believe you said that we couldn't meet Monday for the other game too. So
Yeah, I've got work
So
that night.
the
Gah.
22nd it is in 2 weeks, correct?
correct.
All right, putting it on my calendar.
Do we
Seems like
plan?
an awful long time away.
Yeah,
Do we
sorry.
plan for 7 o'clock, or is there a chance we can meet earlier?
Not on Thursdays.
I would
Yeah.
love to beat earlier, but
Okay, that's okay. The earliest that Mark's back is on the 22nd, so let's plan for the 22nd at 7 o'clock sharp.
All right,
All right.
guys.
We'll see you then.
I appreciate
you all.
everybody.
it was
And
fun.
Good game.
That was good.
Has the stream stopped?
Not yet. So thank
Well,
you
then
all
I
for
appreciate
watching
everybody,
us.
and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their time tonight, and hopefully everybody had a good time.
All
Thanks
right.
for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.